Why are you still sitting there holding your breath, as if life starts only after you hit some imaginary milestone? It is honestly exhausting to watch you postpone your joy like a bill you are afraid to pay. My dear friend Sarah spent 40 years at the post office, saying she would finally be happy once she retired to that cottage in Maine. She spent every shift counting down the days until she could start her real life. Well, Sarah never saw Maine. She passed away 6 months before her retirement party. That is the lie they sold you. Happiness is not a reward for finishing the hard part. There is no finish line. Stop waiting for things to settle down and decide to be enough right now. And frankly, it breaks my heart to see how hard you work to buy things that will never love you back. You are running a race on a treadmill, sweating and gasping, thinking that the next purchase or the next promotion will finally make that hollow feeling go away. I spent 3 decades teaching elementary school, staying until the janitor turned out the lights just to impress a principal who forgot my name the week he retired. I missed my own daughter's first recital for a meeting that meant absolutely nothing. I earned my trophies, but they were cold comfort when I sat alone in a dark kitchen wondering why I still felt empty. That is the dirty secret. No house, no title, and no bank account can fill a hole that exists inside your soul. You are already worthy of peace. Stop trying to earn your right to exist and start realizing that the feeling you are chasing has been waiting for you to simply sit still and claim it. It is high time you stopped acting like you have an infinite supply of tomorrows. You walk around with this arrogant assumption that there will always be another chance to fix a mistake or say what matters. My sister Martha and I wasted 3 years of silence over a ridiculous argument about our mother's silver tea set. 3 years of stubborn pride for a piece of metal. Then Martha died of a sudden stroke on a random Tuesday. I never got to take back the silence or tell her she was more important than a teapot. Look at the clock. That ticking is the sound of your life leaking out. There is no later. There is only right now. If you are waiting for the perfect moment to forgive or to start living, you are waiting for a train that isn't coming. Stop wasting your life on the delusion of time. I am going to be blunt because someone needs to tell you that your job does not care about you. You are pouring your best years into building a company that will replace you before your funeral flowers have even wilted. I love my students, but my career was just a transaction. My true legacy is the way my daughter laughs and the neighbor I helped through a hard winter 40 years ago. Your title is not your worth. Your paycheck is not your purpose. Don't you dare die for a company that will have your desk cleared out and someone else sitting in your chair by Monday morning. Work is what you do to afford your life, but it is not the life itself. Focus on the people who will actually miss you when the lights go out, because your boss certainly won't be one of them. You are making yourself sick, carrying around all that old anger like it is some kind of prize. There was a man in my town named Arthur who ate every vegetable and walked 5 miles a day, yet he died young and miserable. Do you know why? He spent 50 years nursing a grudge against his brother over a few dollars. That bitterness rotted him from the inside out. Forgiveness isn't about telling the other person that what they did was okay. It is about deciding that you are tired of carrying their luggage in your head. I finally forgave my mother for her coldness, not because she asked for it, but because I wanted to be light again. Stop drinking the poison of resentment and expecting the other person to die. Forgive them so you can finally breathe. You simply don't have the time to be this heavy. You talk about being exhausted as if it is a badge of honor, but an empty cup can't pour a single drop. You have been so busy being a martyr for everyone else that you have forgotten how to be a person. My grandmother called it common sense, not self-care. But listen closely. Do not just lock your cup away in a cupboard either. The loneliest people I have ever known were the ones who were so afraid of being used that they never gave anything to anyone. The happiest souls at 100 years old are the ones who poured themselves into others. My friend George spent his final years just listening to people who felt invisible. He understood that the only things you truly keep are the things you give away. Don't be a doormat, but don't be a fortress. Share your light before it flickers out. It is honestly insulting how often you look at your phone while a living, breathing human being is sitting right in front of you. My husband David was a man of few words, but when he looked at me, I felt like the only woman on earth. He never made me feel like he had somewhere more important to be. Providing a house is easy, but providing your full, undivided attention is the rarest gift you can give. You are physically there, but mentally 1,000 miles away, chasing digital ghosts while your children grow up and your parents grow old. Put the device down. Look into the eyes of the people you love. One day, it will be the very last time you see them, and you will give every dollar you ever earned just to have one more unhurried hour of their presence. Stop being so serious all the time. You aren't getting out of this alive anyway. I sat in my kitchen and howled with laughter the day after my husband's funeral because I remembered a stupid joke he made about my cooking. Some people thought it was wrong, but that laughter was the only thing that kept my heart from shattering into a million pieces. Life is going to break you. That is a guarantee. You will lose things you thought you couldn't live without. Your only choice is to let that breaking make you brittle or let it make you soft enough to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Laughter is not a luxury. It is your oxygen. If you can find one small thing to smile about in the middle of the wreckage, you have already won. Don't let the world steal your joy. The reason you are so miserable is that you have stopped giving yourself a reason to get up. You don't need a grand mission or a fancy vision board. You just need a reason. I am over 100 years old, and I still get up at 5 in the morning because my roses won't water themselves, and I have a neighbor who needs a piece of my mind. The most tragic people I have outlived are the ones who just waited to die. They ate because it was noon and slept because it was night, but they had no fire left. Find something that pulls you out of bed, whether it is a book, a grandchild, or a garden. A small reason is enough to keep your soul from rusting. As long as you are breathing, you are here for a purpose. Don't just exist. I'm going to say this slowly, so it finally sinks in. You are already enough exactly as you are. I spent far too many decades thinking I had to earn my spot on this planet, trying to be thinner, smarter, or more successful before I was allowed to feel happy. What a colossal waste of my limited time. You are not a project that needs to be finished. You are not behind in some race that doesn't exist. You are a human being, made of the same ancient dust as the stars, and that is more than enough. Stop running away from yourself. The peace you are looking for isn't at the end of a diet or a promotion. It is sitting right there inside you, waiting for you to stop being so mean to yourself. Just be. That is the whole point.